Je leur dirais qu'au moins dans leur tête, qu'ils restent jeunes. C'est le seul secret. Qu'ils ne vieillissent pas avec le temps, qu'ils ne se transforment pas avec le temps, mais qu'ils restent jeunes. Qu'ils aiment moi ou un autre, ça n'a aucune importance. Ce qui compte, c'est leur bonheur.
Welcome back to our channel. Alain Delon. His name is not just a symbol of French cinema, but also a timeless legend. From the 1960s to the 1970s, he deeply etched into the public's mind the image of a man with captivating beauty, sharp charisma, and innate acting talent. Delon wasn't merely an actor. He embodied each character, living through the profound and complex emotions they conveyed. His career, spanning decades, has turned him into an immortal icon in the history of global cinema. But behind the glamorous spotlight and dazzling successes, Alain Delon's life also harbored secrets, controversial stories, and even tragedies. At 88, before his passing, Delon made shocking revelations, opening a new chapter in his life, one that few could have anticipated. From tumultuous romances and unacknowledged children to legal disputes with family members, these all contributed to the colorful yet sorrowful tapestry of his life. In this video, we will take a look back at Alain Delon's life. From the glorious years on screen to the hidden corners behind the scenes, where he faced immense challenges. Delon's life and career are not just the story of a movie star, but also the story of a man with inner turmoil, controversial decisions, and an indelible legacy that he left behind. Join us as we explore the lesser-known aspects of Alain Delon, a living legend who has stepped away from the spotlight, yet remains a shining star in the hearts of his fans. The glorious career of Alain Delon. Alain Delon was born in 1935 and grew up in Sceaux, a small commune by the Seine River in France. His parents divorced when he was only 4 years old. As a child, Alain was energetic and mischievous, leading to him being expelled from school as a teenager. After his mother remarried, he lived with her and his stepfather. At the age of 14, Alain decided to leave school and start working. His first job was at his stepfather's slaughterhouse. In 1952, Alain joined the Navy, but his lack of discipline led to a year of imprisonment and eventual discharge from the military. Following this, he took on various jobs to make ends meet, including working as a waiter and a delivery man. Alain Delon began his acting career in the late 1950s and quickly rose to fame. The 1960s and 1970s marked the golden era of Alain Delon, as his name became one of the brightest stars in French and global cinema. With his captivating good looks, piercing eyes, and cool demeanor, Delon quickly won the hearts of audiences and became a sought-after name by top directors of the time. He was not just an actor, but a symbol of allure, embodying the image of the perfect man of his era. During this period, Delon became the face of French cinema, appearing on the silver screen in roles that were both magnetic and deeply impactful. The films he starred in were not only commercial successes, but also critically acclaimed, helping him build a solid career and become an ideal model for many generations of actors to follow. Throughout a career spanning more than 6 decades, Alain Delon portrayed a wide range of roles, from cold, enigmatic characters to deeply emotional and complex individuals. He took on his first role in the film Quand la femme se mêle, 1957, directed by Yves Allégret. Despite having no formal training, Alain's acting career quickly flourished. In 1959, he starred in Three Murderesses. The film was a box office success in France and was even screened in the United States. The film that truly catapulted Alain Delon to stardom in French cinema was Purple Noon, 1960. The movie was adapted from the novel The Talented Mr. Ripley by American author Patricia Highsmith. Alain Delon played the role of Tom Ripley, a master con artist capable of impersonating others. Tom murders a wealthy businessman to take over the victim's life. When pursued by the police, he commits suicide, leaving all his assets to his lover. Delon's performance in this role was highly praised, showcasing his intense emotional range and confirming his extraordinary acting talent. Similarly, in the film Rocco and His Brothers, 1960, Alain Delon played a young man named Rocco, who was full of compassion, honesty, and deep kindness. Rocco always strived to maintain the unity of his family, even when faced with tragedies and inner turmoil. He portrayed the psychological depth of a man caught between love and duty, between reason and emotion. Perhaps the most famous scene is when Rocco, in his effort to save his family, agrees to forgive and protect his brother Simone, even at the cost of his own personal happiness. Alain Delon's acting reached new heights with his role in Le Samouraï, 1967. He played Jeff Costello, a professional hitman who lives a solitary life and strictly adheres to his own code of conduct. With his cold, silent demeanor, Jeff embodies a modern-day samurai navigating the criminal underworld of Paris. This role earned Alain Delon the Golden Lion at Venice, establishing Jeff Costello as an iconic figure in the film noir genre. Despite having a prolific acting career with 107 roles, Alain Delon won only a few prestigious awards. His Sole César Award came from his performance in the romantic drama Notre Histoire, 1984, by Bertrand Blier, where he portrayed an alcoholic man obsessed with a mysterious woman he meets on a train. Subsequently, Alain Delon received numerous honorary awards, including the Golden Bear at the Berlin Film Festival in 1995, the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival in 2019, and Lifetime Achievement Awards from Marrakesh and Locarno in 2003 and 2012, respectively. Although Alain Delon's career began to decline in the 1980s, he still left a mark with several standout roles, notably in the film adaptation of Marcel Proust's Swan in Love, 1984. He was praised for his portrayal of the elegant aristocrat, Baron de Charlus. In 2005, Alain Delon was honored as an officer of the French Legion of Honor for his contributions to world cinema. His career is not only measured by prestigious awards, but also by the lasting influence he has left on the international film industry. His well-kept secret and complex relationships. Although Alain Delon enjoyed a golden era in his career, his personal life was filled with complexities and mysteries. These included tumultuous love affairs and fractured family relationships that Delon kept hidden for many years. Relationship with Romy Schneider. One of Alain Delon's most memorable and talked about romances was with German actress Romy Schneider. Their love story began in the late 1950s when they co-starred in the film Christine, 1958. It was a passionate, romantic, and turbulent relationship, celebrated by the public and media as fiancés éternels, eternal lovers. Their relationship was not just a love story on screen, but extended into real life, becoming a hot topic in the press and captivating the public's attention. However, despite their deep love, the relationship faced many challenges, ultimately leading to their breakup in 1964. At the age of 88, Delon finally admitted that Romy Schneider was the greatest love of his life. He publicly shared that throughout his life, he regretted not marrying Schneider, the woman he loved so deeply. This late confession added a poignant and beautiful chapter to the tumultuous life of Alain Delon. It not only moved his fans, but also shed light on the deep emotions he had kept hidden for decades. Christian Aaron Boulogne, the unacknowledged son. Beyond his relationship with Romy Schneider, Alain Delon's love life was further complicated by the existence of Christian Aaron Boulogne, a son he refused to acknowledge. Christian was the result of a brief relationship between Delon and German singer and model Nico, a member of the band The Velvet Underground, famous in the art and music scenes of the 1960s. When Christian was born in 1962, Delon denied that he was the boy's biological father. Nico, struggling with the demands of motherhood, turned to Delon's mother, Edith Boulogne, for help in raising Christian. Edith, with her kind heart, took the boy in and arranged for her second husband, Paul Boulogne, to officially adopt Christian. This was done to prevent Christian from becoming Alain Delon's legal sibling. Delon's rejection of Christian left a deep wound in their father-son relationship. In his memoir, Christian recounted the rare moments he had with his father, which were always met with coldness and refusal. Despite carrying the blood of a great star, Christian's life was marred by difficulties, including struggles with addiction and poverty. However, through resilience, Christian overcame these challenges, built a life of his own, became a devoted father, and eventually found peace in his later years. While Alain Delon achieved tremendous success in his career, the darker aspects of his personal life, especially his relationships with loved ones, tell a different story, one filled with tragedy, regret, and complexity. These hidden secrets not only humanize Delon's image, but also reveal a different Alain Delon, a man with mistakes and wounds just like anyone else. Controversies and personal scandals. After delving into the complex relationships in Alain Delon's life, it is essential to address the controversies and personal scandals that shook his career and personal life. These events not only tarnished Delon's public image, but also exposed the hidden and tumultuous aspects of a cinematic legend, the Markovitch scandal. One of the most significant scandals in Alain Delon's life was the Markovitch affair, a case that rocked the French media and left a stain on his career. On October 1st, 1968, the body of Stevan Markovitch, who had served as Delon's bodyguard and personal assistant, was discovered at a public dump in the suburbs of Paris. The incident immediately became the focal point of a convoluted investigation as suspicions and accusations began to surface. Markovitch had previously sent a letter to his brother, stating that if he were ever killed, Delon and a Corsican gangster named Francois Marcantoni would be responsible. This accusation placed Delon and Marcantoni under the intense scrutiny of the police. Additionally, rumors linking the case to illicit activities and connections within the Parisian elite further fueled public intrigue. Under the pressure from the media and public, Alain Delon faced one of the most challenging periods of his career. He consistently denied any involvement in Markovitch's death, yet rumors and suspicions persisted, casting a shadow over his reputation. The tabloids and media continuously covered the case, making it one of the biggest scandals of the 1960s in France. The Markovitch scandal also strained Delon's personal relationships. Many friends and colleagues began distancing themselves from him, fearing association with the case. There were even speculations that Delon had been isolated within the very industry he once dominated. Although there was ultimately insufficient evidence to charge Delon, the scandal severely damaged his reputation and became an indelible blot on his career. The Markovitch case remains not only a stain on Delon's career, but also one of the unsolved mysteries in French history, filled with dubious and intricate details. To this day, it is often cited as a prime example of the complex interplay between fame, power, and crime in the world of celebrity. Family disputes. In the final years of Alain Delon's life, as his health deteriorated, a fierce legal battle erupted between his children and Jérôme Rollin, a woman once considered his partner and caregiver. Anthony, Anuchka, and Alain Fabien, Delon's 3 children, filed a lawsuit against Jérôme Rollin, leveling serious accusations, including exploiting Delon's declining health to control his assets and life. For many years, Jérôme Rollin lived alongside Alain Delon and was regarded as his companion, especially after Delon suffered a stroke in 2019. Initially, Delon's children seemed to accept this relationship, but tensions began to rise as they observed Rollin's growing influence over their father. According to the lawsuit, Delon's children claimed that Jérôme Rollin created a barrier between Delon and his family, damaging their relationships. They also expressed concerns that Rollin might have abused her position to manipulate Delon's financial and personal decisions during a time when he was no longer capable of protecting himself. Delon's children particularly Anthony Delon, publicly criticized Rolene, accusing her of psychological manipulation and abuse of their father. In several interviews, Anthony revealed that his father had requested Rolene to leave the home in Douchy-Montcorbin, but she refused. This further fueled public suspicion about what truly transpired between Delon and Rolene. This lawsuit not only captured public and media attention, but also raised important questions about responsibility and ethics in the care and protection of the elderly, especially those as prominent as Alain Delon. The situation became even more complicated when Hiromi Rolene countered the accusations, asserting that she was not the one manipulating Delon, but rather had cared for him with love and dedication during the most challenging years of his life. Although the case is still under investigation and no official conclusions have been reached, it has highlighted the difficulties and challenges that Delon and his family faced in his later years. Moreover, the case sparked a broader debate about the rights of the elderly and the sensitivities involved in managing the assets and health care of those who are no longer able to protect themselves. These controversies and scandals have added a dramatic chapter to Alain Delon's life, despite his efforts to move past them and continue living his life. The wounds from these events have left a lasting impact on both the public's perception and the history of cinema. These stories reflect not just the life of a cinematic legend, but also that of a man grappling with mistakes and challenges in his personal life. A life in seclusion, final years, and passing. After decades of dominating the silver screen with unforgettable roles, Alain Delon began to withdraw from the limelight in the late 1990s. In 1997, he officially announced his retirement, stepping away from the entertainment industry to seek peace after a career marked by both glory and controversy. Following this decision, Delon made only a few sparse appearances in minor film projects, but he no longer took on leading roles. The year 2019 marked a significant turning point in Delon's life when he suffered a stroke. This event severely impacted his health, necessitating a lengthy period of treatment and recovery at a hospital in Switzerland. After being discharged, Delon returned to his home in Douchy-Montcorbin, a quiet countryside in France. It was here that he spent the majority of his final years, living a secluded life far removed from the spotlight. During his later years, Delon's health continued to decline. He faced increasing difficulties with mobility and communication, and his condition became a major concern for both the public and the media. Despite being prepared for the end, Delon maintained a sense of pride and faced the challenges of old age with calm dignity. On August 18, 2024, Alain Delon passed away at his home in Douchy-Montcorbin at the age of 88. The news of his death quickly spread, sending shockwaves not only throughout France, but around the world. Delon's passing marked the end of a long chapter in the history of French cinema and the close of an era that he had helped shape. Delon's family shared heartfelt tributes, expressing their love and respect for him. His children, Anthony, Anushka, and Alain Fabien, wrote an emotional letter in which they described Delon as a bright star in the artistic sky, a man who lived a life full of passion and dedication to his craft. They sent him off to the stars, a place where his heart always belonged as a remembrance of a father, a great artist, and a man of eternal values. The public and the artistic community responded with profound sorrow. Colleagues and old friends of Delon expressed their grief and respect for a man who had left an indelible mark on their lives. Many spoke of Delon as a figure of immense influence, not only in cinema, but also in French cultural and social life. Several memorials were held to honor Alain Delon's life and career. Special television programs and newspaper articles focused on him, celebrating his undeniable contributions to the cinematic arts. His films were screened once again, reminding audiences of the golden age of French cinema, of which Delon was an irreplaceable part. The loss of Alain Delon is significant, but the legacy he leaves behind will forever live in the hearts of those who admired him. His life is a testament to the complexity of human existence, a life filled with great successes, bitter failures, but above all, a life lived fully with passion and love. Legacy and influence. Alain Delon was not just an exceptional actor. He was a cultural icon who shaped and elevated French cinema on the international stage. Throughout a career spanning more than half a century, Delon left behind a rich legacy of unforgettable performances. He brought the image of the charming, enigmatic Frenchman with deep psychological complexity to the big screen, leaving an indelible mark on audiences worldwide. Films such as Le Samouraï, Rocco and His Brothers, and Purple Noon propelled Delon's fame beyond the borders of France, making him one of the global stars of the 1960s and 1970s. His remarkable ability to embody complex characters, often laden with deep internal conflicts, earned him admiration not only from audiences, but also from directors and fellow actors. Delon's influence extended beyond cinema into fashion and popular culture. With his elegant style and strong presence, he became a role model for generations, from young actors to fashion enthusiasts. The image of Delon in classic suits, with his sharp gaze and cool demeanor, became a symbol of masculinity and timeless style. Delon's influence spread far beyond France as he became a global icon. From Hollywood to Asia, Delon is remembered as one of the greatest film stars, significantly contributing to the international recognition of European cinema. Although Alain Delon has passed away, the legacy he left behind will never fade. For cinema lovers, Delon is not just an actor. He is a vital part of French film history. He has become a symbol not only of an era, but also of timelessness in the art of cinema. Delon's films will continue to be screened, analyzed, and admired for years to come. Future generations of audiences will continue to discover and cherish his works, finding in them not just entertainment, but also profound lessons about humanity and life. Delon's legacy is not only found in the films he starred in, but also in the way he lived and dedicated himself to his craft. Delon's influence will also continue to resonate within the film industry, as future actors and directors draw inspiration from his style and talent. His contributions to cinema extend beyond his acting. They encompass his dedication and love for the profession. He lived a life full of passion, leaving behind a legacy that both fans and the film industry will always remember. The life and career of Alain Delon were a vibrant journey, from his meteoric rise on the silver screen to his later years of seclusion with his family. As one of the most iconic figures in French cinema, Delon left his mark not only through his exceptional performances, but also through his style, personality, and the dramatic stories of his life. In the history of cinema, Alain Delon will forever be remembered as a shining star, a symbol of elegance, beauty, and talent. The legacy he left behind is not only composed of remarkable films, but also serves as an endless source of inspiration for future generations of artists and art lovers. His life and career touch the hearts and souls of people through each story and image portrayed on screen. If you admire Alain Delon and cherish his performances, please leave a comment saying R.I.P. Alain Delon below to continue expressing our collective sorrow for his passing. If you didn't enjoy our story, feel free to leave a comment with the 0 and let us know what didn't meet your expectations. Thank you for watching our video, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.